Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another StarCraft Brood War upload. This will be a game between Flash and Jaedong here on Matchpoint. In the top right side of the map, we have the teal Terran player. It is Flash. And in the bottom left side of the map, we have the orange Zerg player. It is Jaedong. Oh, Flash versus Jaedong, probably the most popular matchup of all time in StarCraft Brood War. This is actually a replay sent to me by one of my subscribers. I did a bit of a plea a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, for people to send me replays, and this guy came through in a big way. I believe this is part of a pack that he got me from WCG 2010 is what I think it is. So this is the World Championships. This is good stuff. I'm not sure what round this is from. It's not sorted that way, but I saw Flash and Jaedong on Matchpoint, and I said, please, let me cast that. Let me show what I can do with the Brood War. For those of you who are to my channel and are fairly new because you searched Brood War and found this, first of all, welcome aboard. I like to do one of these every Saturday. I'd like also to do low-level Brood War stuff once during the week, just to kind of get some exposure for that low-level stuff as well. People that are getting back into the game after a long time or are getting into the game for the first time, because Brood War Remastered is coming up. That's going to introduce a lot of people to Brood War, and you want to be ready for it, because StarCraft is free right now, so you can just get the game and be ready to go when it hits. I don't think it'll have posted by now, Brood War Remastered. I do cast a few days in advance, but not so far in advance that it would make sense that Remastered would post. SCV scouting in here. Lings do try to shut it down, but no. Comes right on in, sees the spawning pool, doesn't see anything else. No early tech there. There's the lair timing. SCV sees that, though. So that's pretty good news. We got the Lings moving up. Let's go ahead and slow it back down to fastest, which is the game speed. And the Lings are here. There's really not much to stop this. There's a couple Marines, but as you can see here, Jaedong going to dance away with the Lings. Not going to let them die to these Marines. They're much faster than the Marines are, even if they don't have speed. Even if the Lings are speedless, they're pretty good. And yes, Vulture production is so important for the Terran right now. That extra damage versus the Lings, that explosive damage really does well in defending against this kind of annoying stuff. Trying to pick off an SCV. No. Oh, the SCV is fighting for their friend, killing a Ling instead. That's a bit of a reversal there from the Jaedong. Lings, can they escape? Yes, Jaedong, I feel like let them, but nope. The Vulture pops and does finish them off. Nicely done. The other good thing about Vultures is they have the Spider Mine ability, which is really good against Hydralisks, which are pretty popular here for the Terran players. So that lair is, or the Zerg player rather, the Zerg player, Spire on the way. Vulture's bad against that, though, against Mutalisks, because they can't shoot up. Floating that barracks tells me we're going to see a meching style out of Flash, which is pretty darn consistent with him. He likes to mech. Pretty darn viable in Brood War as well. Sunken Colony, which, there you go, is done. You creep Colony first, then you can choose whether you want to go Sunken Colony or Spore Colony to hit ground units or air units that are your enemies. Is anybody attacking here? The Vulture's coming on in, trying to do some damage, but again, Sunken Colony does a lot of work here, doing 40 damage per shot. This Vulture only has 80 hit points, so that's a two-shotter for sure. If it comes in, has to go past the Sunken, and another hatchery coming in, Macro Hatch, on the way here. I don't know what the purpose of this mineral field is on the left side. Almost seems like it's a leftover afterthought from something else, because it doesn't block anything, it doesn't funnel anything. Somebody knows. Somebody smart's telling me what is going on with that mineral patch. Someone is. I still got to figure out a way to block this. I hope I have. By the time this posts, I think I will have blocked this replay progress bar. I keep intending to, then I forget when I actually do the processing for this video. So this one I will remember, and I'll give it a try, and I will hopefully succeed. Ling comes in, dies to SCVs again to scout the engineering bay. And this Vulture just trying to make sure that nothing comes out. He's just scouting. He doesn't want to go in here. By himself anyway. If there were several Vultures, I'm sure that they would. Got a bunker with some Marines at the same time. We're not entirely done here. Missile turret, engineering bay lifting off. Just there to build missile turrets in case of Mutalisks. And by golly, there are Mutalisks morphing in right now. Here they are. Here they are. I wish I had a follow function. Again, the replay interface, I hope it's updated with Brood War Remastered. I really, really hope that that is the case. Alright, so Muta's going to come on out, but look at this. Flash's timing is just impeccable. He's got 2 missile turrets, he's got a bunker with a couple Marines in it, and it's just going to be hard for the Mutas to find any purchase, anywhere they can kill some things. Going to come in, missile turrets, chase them away. That's exactly what was intended. Exactly what was intended. Got some of these Goliaths here too, also very good against Mutalisks. Muta's going to try to pick off the engineering bay. Nah, they think better of it. Jaedong has better things to do than pick off that engineering base. Stacking up the mutas, which is a lot harder than it looks. I know I say this every time, but if you ever try to stack up mutas in Brood War, you would know it takes a lot of precision clicking to make this happen, but you have to do it. Well, mainly because there's no Widow Mines. Oh, that extended Goliath range is done. Oh, what is it even called? That extends the range on the missile fire ability of these Goliaths. That's already done. I wish I could have seen what it was in the machine shop, but increasing the speed of the vultures is what this one does. Vulture trying to make it home. Nah, he knew the mutas were coming for him. He knew, and now he's dead. Third hatch on the way for Jaedong down in the bottom section of this map. Muta still flying around, just trying to hold map control, while Jaedong can't quite push out just yet. He's got his Goliaths, working on even more Goliaths out of this 2 factory setup here. No such thing as a reactor in StarCraft Brood War. Can't double pump units. You want to make 2 Goliaths, you got to have 2 factories at the same time. Working on this armories for the upgrades. Vehicle weapons on the way, which does apply to the Goliaths. And Muta's continuing to fly around. They're taking shots, though. The range on these things is actually kind of insane. Once they have that upgrade, I want to say it's like 9. Again, the tooltips are not helping me. Not that they help the players either. They can't tell. They just have to memorize this stuff. Which, if you're Jaedong and Flash, you've got this stuff memorized. I can tell you that much. I mean, they've been playing for a long time at this point. Vulture's heading on down to the south. Going to try to pick off these drones at this expansion. Oh, snap. They're undefended. Woohoo! Free drone kills! Says Flash. We're going to get rid of every one of these. The mutas do show up a little faster than I thought they would, and they're going to try to kill these vultures, but with that speed, look how fast they are. Look how fast they are. More vultures going to try to attack on in, but Sunken Colony and Hydras. Okay, I want to see this Hydra versus Vulture thing. So the vultures don't even really stop to attack. They just do the run by. Take a shot from that sunken, another shot from that sunken. Ugh, one of them's dead. One's down to 5 hit points. Bad News Bears getting behind this mineral line, though. Can pick off a drone. And possibly another. Oh, I think the drone killed it. Drone kills it. More attempts of vultures doing stuff at this third base, but no, the mutas are staying close by this third base. Hydra's starting to pop now as well. And again, your end game is going to be Lurkers and Hydralisks with Defilers and Dark Swarm. No signs of Queen's Nest going up to a hive yet. So Jaedong maybe going to wait a little bit, going to do a bit of a push here with the Hydra Mutalisk first. We've got the Spider Mines in. 125 splash damage per shot. Hydras only have 88 points, so they do get one shot by those things. They are very, very dangerous. Very dangerous indeed. The Mutalisks continuing to fly around here and pick these vultures off. That is not something, you don't want to lose them. But to be honest, once they're done with their spider mines here, a lot of their usefulness is kind of out the window. I mean, they're great, again, at harassment and scouting and stuff. They're so fast, but eventually they get to a point where they're taking up space, taking up supply that you could use for other vultures that have spider mines, because they run out. They run out once they have 3. Once they use 3, they're all done. You can see how many are left here. 1 on this one. Checking to see, 4th base is coming up as well. Is there a 3rd anywhere for Jaedong yet? Or Flash, rather. Jaedong does have his 3rd, obviously. And no, Hydralisk coming in with the Overlord, which is a detector. Okay, all Overlords are detectors in Brood War. So these guys can detect the spider mines and take them down from distance before they blow them up. Working on that range. I think that's Hydra range. That's that upgrade there. That's going to help here. It's going to help pick those things off, yeah, from distance. Just like Dragoon range is really important in PvT. Hydralisk range, incredibly important as well. Alrighty then. What are we looking at? Tanks. Oh, tanks are going to be a good answer here. Obviously, Science Vessels with Irradiate. Doing tons of damage to Hydralisk packs that are closely put together here. Irradiate, as we saw from a previous cast, actually one-shots Ultralisks. One-shots Ultras. Single Hydralisk down here. It actually takes a lot of shots to kill a Hydra if you're a Vulture, so no. Vultures are not the answer to Hydralisks, straight up. Their Spider Mines are, but in a straight-up battle, they are definitely not. 3rd base floating over down now for Flash. But I feel like Jaedong on these 4 bases is just really, really scary. It's 90 supply for the Zerg right now and 112 for Flash, so he's not having a hard time macroing up. Absolutely not. Overlord speed is done. You do research that at the lair, which is down here. Is that transport? For some reason, I thought that was speed, but I think his speed's already done for these overlords. Yeah, they're moving too fast. Is that... That's gotta be transport for overlords. We'll see. We will see. Flying in, trying to see what is up here, picking off spider mines. The speed overlord and the hydralisk pack hanging out in the middle here. More hydras. I just love how much of a staple of Brood War hydralisks are. They're just so situational and kind of bad in StarCraft 2, and it's a betrayal is what it is of every Zerg out there. A betrayal of how important to the core identity of Zerg hydralisks were at one point, and just aren't anymore. More vultures coming across the map here and trying to dodge the hydras. Hydra's going to chase him down, but nothing can catch these guys. They're so dang fast with their speed upgrade. Look at these guys go. They are blurs. They are blurs on my screen is what they are. All right, so third base landed here for Flash. There is actually, is there a Vespene Geyser at this base? There is not. There's not a Vespene Geyser at this base. That is interesting. Interesting. There's one on the bottom right here, though. Overlord comes in, says, is there a fourth base from Flash? Nah, just the 3. Just the 3. And here we go. Pretty scary push here. +1 Needle Spine's done. +1 attack done for the Hydras and that range and that speed. The Mutalisks have +2 Carapace. They're going for armor over attack. That's what is being prioritized here. So the spider mines aren't necessarily killing anything, but they are slowing the approach of the Zerg player right now. 123 supply available compared to 141 for Flash. And it's going to be just basically Hydra Muta against a lot of Goliaths and a bunch of tanks here with some Vulture support. So this battle could be interesting. I mean, it's going to be Jaedong versus Flash. Of course it's going to be interesting. 2 Science Vessels here. I wonder if there's going to be Scourge made to deal with them. It is difficult, though, because Science Vessels are faster than Scourge. So if you're paying attention, as Flash is going to do, you can escape. But with good angles and good surprise tactics, you can get him with Scourge if you're a Zerg player. Let's see if he's making any Scourge. I wish I had a production tab. I know I say that every cast, but a production tab would be wonderful. Another base in the top left for the Jaedong. That is going to be 5 bases for this guy. It's a lot of bases for this guy. Creep colony, upgrading to a sunken colony immediately for the Jaedong. Muta's trying to kill these vultures, but can't catch them. Catch them. Can't catch them all. Moving them down. Mowing them down a little bit here. All right, so 3 base. Look at all this mech. +2, +1 on these guys. Everybody has +2, +1. Everybody mech shares the same upgrades. Oh, Spider-Mine does hit, killing a couple Hydralisks there. Bummer of a maneuver. All right, so here we go. Big attack coming in. Defensive Matrix on these Goliaths. Not enough Hydras to deal with it, especially not with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 tanks with +2 attack, doing 80 damage per shot. They do one-shot the Hydras, as it turns out. So just being very methodical about this. Pushing in. Defensive Matrix on the Goliath. There are the front lines here. That can absorb quite a bit of damage. Does it actually tell you on the tooltip? Where are you, Science Vessels? Are you alive still, or did you die after casting your spells? I really wish I knew where they were, but I don't. Spider-Man's getting picked off by this roving band of Mutalisks with the +2 armor and nothing else. I don't think there's anything else coming either. He just doesn't care. Oh, Defiler Mound is done, though, and Evolution Chamber coming in. He is researching Consume. I think it's Consume. It's the ability where the Defilers can kill a friendly unit and regain a lot of energy, like 50 energy. So killing Ling, for example, gets you 50 energy. It's nice. It's a good trade. It's an upgrade you definitely should get if you're playing Zerg and you get to the late game as these players are. All right, so checking up. 4th base is landing now. Overlord does see this for Jaedong. Flash losing an Overlord in the process, but that's fine. So we've basically bisected the map down the middle. Although, again, it is 5 base to 4 base. The Zerg player is 1 up on the Terran player, but can't really attack into these positions. He's trying to anyway. Muta's trying to finish off these tanks, but irradiates. Good job splitting off the irradiated Mutalisk here, trying to kill these tanks while the Hydras are pushing in. Is it going to be enough? The armor, the +2 armor on the tanks, helping them survive these attacks immensely. A lot of missile turrets up here as well, but the Hydras are just still coming in, still picking off these tanks, and the tanks are all gone. Jaedong looking really strong here. Goliath's trying to attack as well again, and okay. Goliath's doing better than I thought they would there, and the Hydras do get removed. Another swell of Hydras coming in from the top side. Scourge chasing down those Science Vessels, but again, great dodge by Flash. Doesn't hit. Mutalisk, bit of a bad rally, taking some shots, almost dies, but not quite there. Pulling back. Pull back, says Jaedong. They're too strong. That was a lot of dead tanks, though, for Jaedong. He had 11, 12, 15 of them, how many ever of it was. He's down to 5 in this particular group. And I'm going to guess he's making more back home. But look at this, Jaedong expanding right next door to the main base of Flash, our Terran player. But Flash is tired of being on the defensive. He's on the offensive now. Coming right into this 4th base in the bottom section. Jaedong's had this base for a while, but now it's under fire from a lot of siege tanks. 5 siege tanks, missile turrets being built here to defend as well. Hydra's coming from the top side, though, trying to clear this thing out. If he's going to save his 4th base, he needs to do it. Look at how well these guys stand up to this. They're dying, but they're not getting obliterated. Defensive matrix on that tank makes it survive a few more hits, but does not make it invincible. And he saves his 4th. Jaedong saves the 4th base. Missile turret dying there. SCV's dying as well. And Jaedong going back to work at that 4th. Going to counterattack, possibly? Here at this 4th base of Flashes, there's a science vessel here. And there are a lot of spider mines. Get out! Okay, then an Overlord does come in to detect these, so that's very good news. Can they pick off the... No, trying to come in and pick off the science vessel. No, Scourge are killed by missile turrets instead. Huge hits on the spider mines, though. Just massive hits on the spider mines. Siege tanks showing up as well. +3 attack on those dudes, doing a full 85 damage per shot. Hydras with no armor upgrades. They just get one shot, man. One shot by them tanks. Queen's Nest here. A Nidus Canal coming in. So Nidus Canal, different from Nidus Network in StarCraft 2. Those of you who are watching this, Nidus Canal can only be placed on creep. So it's more of a way to kind of shuttle back and forth like this. Right, if you want to defend your 4th base from your 5th base and they're really far apart from each other, get a Nidus Canal connecting them, and that will work out very nicely. So 1 connects to 1 here. It's also not like Nidus networks where everybody's in the same network, and no matter what Nidus form spawns, you can unload them from it. They are connected in a 1-to-1 basis. So this Nidus network talks to this Nidus network. If you want to go from your 4th base, say, to your natural base, you have to make another set of Nidus networks to do that. It's a little weird. Very different from StarCraft 2. Vultures, I think they're coming in to sacrifice themselves for additional supply and kill a lot of drones as well. Actually, no. Flash was not trying to do that. He's at 123 out of 192 supply, so he has enough. I would say he has enough supply to spare here, but we've taken every base on this map officially. Match point is there. Oh, there's that consume ability. I really wish I knew what it was called for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's consume. Notice the lings. The lings are here solely to provide energy for the Defilers. The Dark Swarm ability, which comes up, you'll see it. You'll see it here in a minute. Protects anything inside the Dark Swarm from ranged attacks from outside the swarm. So tanks firing on Hydras under the Dark Swarm cannot hurt them. And it's really useful. If units get inside the Dark Swarm with you, though, they can attack and kill ya. So keep that in mind. Where are these Hydras going? Why are they all the way up here? I don't know. Was there an attack I wasn't aware of? Who knows? How about these drones? Why are they attacking? It's like it says the Marine SCV all in, but with Zerg. Sending the drones don't trigger spider mines because they float. Oh, he's transferring them to this base up here, and oh, that's very nice. Okay, so that's what the drones were doing. Hydralisk, little Hydra support there. Very nice. Very nice of them to do that. Dun 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 dun. Definitely got our Scourge here. The armor does help them survive shots from the ground. Well, they're trying to pick off science vessels, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work in this game. Flash is really good at keeping them alive. Clearing out spider mines. One hits... No, a tank? Is that tank fire? I think that's tank fire. One-shotting these dudes. Goliath's trying to kill this Overlord. Overlord run. +2 armor makes him a lot harder to kill, as it turns out. All right, so the Defilers haven't done anything yet. I'm very surprised by this. Lurker's coming in too. Yes, Lurker eggs on the way. You do research the Lurker upgrade at the Hydralisk Den. Hydra's pushing in on these spider mines. Tanks, when the tanks show up, that's when the Hydras need to get out. I don't know about this. He's standing in, though. He's going for it, and now he's pulling back. Now he's pulling back. Too many tanks. Too many Goliaths. The Lurkers do pop, though. Here they are, and we have our Defilers using that consume ability, basically maxed out on energy here, and we're going to see the Dark Swarm. There's the Dark Swarm. Okay, we're inside the cloud on the very edge of it. Lurkers spining away, cannot be harmed by anything outside the Dark Swarm. Getting some free hits there. Off on this missile turret, gonna irradiate. Oh shoot, gonna irradiate the yes. Irradiating the Defilers. It does kill them. It's a free kill. It's a slow thing, but it gets them. But it definitely gets them here. Get out of... Oh, the Defilers are dead. The Defilers are dead. The Dark Swarm's gonna run off here, and then I think the Lurkers need to get out. They really need to get out. It lasts for a while, though, as you can see. Oh, more Dark Swarm and Lings up here. Defilers getting irradiated at the same time, but Lings on top of tanks is not what you want to see. Same thing as in StarCraft 2. These tanks are taking dreadful shots. Lurker's going to transition up to this Dark Swarm patch. Trying to get actually right on top of these tanks. Oh, another Dark Swarm thrown down. This Lurker has 21 hit points, but it cannot be injured, but it can be irradiated. Ow, and it does end up getting killed there. And that's a full retreat out of Jaedong. Couldn't quite do it. Another attack coming up. Vultures trying to kill this 5th base in the top left side. There are a lot of Sunkens, but... Oh, burrowing the drones, but the scan... The instant scan out of Flash. All of them are going to die. Sorry, drones. It was nice knowing you, but you're all dead. You are all completely dead now. Is how this works out. Hydra's continuing to kill spider mines. The number of spider mines killed in this game feels like 800, which is definitely a lot. Still continuing to push in on this 4th is Flash, though. We've got Lings coming in. There's the Dark Swarm. Oh, the Dark Swarm all over the tanks. Exactly what the Lings want. Exactly what they want. Oh, but getting killed by splash damage anyway. Oh, bummer. A bummer of a maneuver there. The control required to do this is just insane, you guys. It's insane. Look, I can show you APM. I'm going to quick show you APM here. Game. Nope. Display APM, right? We're at over 300 APM for Jaedong. Flash is sitting at around 280 himself. So, I mean, it's a pretty intensive type situation here. Dark Swarms are up. Scans. Are there anything still here? Yes, there's still a Lurker here, but it's dead now because it got scanned and killed. It wasn't quite inside the Dark Swarm circle. Oh, free Defiler, though. Defiler's sitting up here all by his lonesome. Is he bait? He might be bait for the Science Vessel. I don't know. Trying to morph these Lurker eggs on the front lines. They do manage to pop, but they get irradiated as well. Oh, the Dark Swarm does come in. Another Dark Swarm up top. Scourge flying in. Oh, they're going to hit on the Science Vessels. Oh, my gosh. All the Science Vessels are going to die. What a huge play by Jaedong. Hydra's pushing into this tank line, trying to make use of this Dark Swarm as much as they can, but somehow not enough. Not enough. Hitting on these Lurkers, but refusing to die because, again, inside of a Dark Swarm. What the? Whoa, Sunken Colony from way out there. Trying to get rid of that tank, but get out of there, Lurkers. Is there not detection? I don't know. 4th base might actually die. Flash tried to do this a while ago. Couldn't quite do it, but he can do it now. It's 134 supply to 160. Flash has a lead. He's flying his command center over here to provide the additional vision that the tanks need. We've got more Vultures coming across the map, trying to kill as many drones as they can. It's hard to replace workers, you guys. You don't have injects. Just got to have all these macro hatches if you want to make a lot of drones at once, as Jaedong does. Coming in here, more Dark Swarm. More Lurkers, a lot of dead Lings. That was the sound of a lot of dead Lings. The Lurkers getting right on top of these tanks and killing them. Look at them go. Tank count getting obliterated right now. Lot of dead Goliaths here at the same time. Is there enough swarm to get on top of these dudes? Is the question of the day, and I'm not entirely sure that there is. This Lurker can spine on top of this tank and kill one of them. There's still a bunch more here, though, and this base is toast. I think Flash wants it, is what I think. Tanks up here at the north as well. This is where Jaedong set up his base as well. It's being sieged. What can Jaedong do? He's got Lings. He's got Hydras. He's got Lurkers. He's got Defilers. He's trying to do something, but this Vulture group is just destroying the Lings. Spider Mine's doing tons of damage as well. Oh, Plague thrown down. Plague thrown down. Not the best Plague hit ever. It does bring units hit points down all the way down to 1, which you can heal out of if you're biological, or repair out of if you're mech. Anyway, tank fired. Oh no, losing a Defiler and a Lurker with that shot. This is not looking good for our Zerg player. Ladies and gentlemen, Jaedong struggling mightily here. Lost a bunch of stuff here. at this base in the north. Ling's finally getting on top of these tanks. Ugh, is it enough? I don't know. Hydralisk versus tank. It is a tough way to go, ladies and gentlemen, getting one shot by a siege tank. Yeah, more and more vultures here. 135 to 62 supply. I think Flash has this. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got a lot of vultures. He's got a lot of tanks. He's got a lot of spider mines. He's taken this base that was Jaedong's. Coming into this base up top again. This 5th base. So many dead drones with the scan. I wish I could see worker count for the Zerg because it's got to be abysmal at this point. Lost his 4th base. His 5th base is a ghost town. He has what? Okay, he has actually more workers here than I thought. First, vultures didn't quite finish him off. Nidus Canal being used to go where? Oh, here. Okay, so this Nidus Canal connects the 3rd base to this, like, 6th base up top, which is good. He's going to try to come in on top of these units and take them down, and actually doing an okay job of it. Oh, these Lings are going to take down the tank. Oh, +1 attack. And they get rid of the vulture, too, so they save the base with the Nidus network. The Nidus Canal maneuver. 2 Hydras trying to clear out about 47 million spider mines. They'll get it. They'll get it eventually here, but look at this. Flash just straight up took this base over. So many tanks on the ground for Flash. 139 supply here. Our Zerg player sitting at 60. He is doubled up. He is doubled up and then some. Tanks, vultures continuing to move on in here. Continuing to get free shots on this 6th base up north. Everybody loading on to the overlords. They're going to try to drop right directly on top of the tanks, bypassing their siege mode. But there are so many vultures here. It doesn't matter. Everybody dying. And that's the good game out of Jaedong. Good game out of Flash. And Flash is your victor. They're not kidding. They're not kidding when they say these two are the best. Are the best. They just are. 28-minute nonstop ZVT on match point, and Flash is your victor. Terran fans, be pleased. Be pleased today. Fully upgraded tanks, fully upgraded vultures. The positioning, the dealing with the Dark Swarm, losing a lot of stuff, but his macro is just so good back home, and macroing is so much harder, you guys, in Brood War. So much harder. Makes it happen. Doesn't lose a single base to Jaedong when he could have. He could have. There's a couple times there. He was holding just barely, but he managed to do it. And that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. And you take care of yourself.